Hello and welcome to Cyber Bytes, a short look into the experiences from our cyber assessments team, discussing missed or perhaps misunderstood common recommended improvements, providing advice and guidance around why they can bring value to your business.
Hi, thanks for joining us today on Cyber Bytes. I'm Adam Luca.
And I'm Matt Helling.
And today we're going to be talking about software asset management. So Matt, what's the problem with software asset management?
It's really important to get an understanding about the assets and the software that you've got running within your organisation. It's in order to track the movement of those assets and the information that you've got. And it's also really, really important to understand the type of software that's deployed within your organisation. You need to ensure whether stuff is up to date, whether you're subscribed correctly, and there's not any shadow IT knocking around. So it's really, really important to get a handle on what is sat within your environment. Why do you think customers aren't really doing a lot with asset intelligence these days?
Because it's hard, is the honest answer. I think you've got two types of customers. You've got two scenarios. Scenario A, customers who haven't invested in tooling, who are trying to do this manually and really trying to keep a manual software inventory, which has all the challenge.
Is that possible?
The technical answer is yes, but the reality is no. I think if you're a small organisation, you've got really tightly reduced set of applications, so kind of a small subset, then yes, maybe you could keep on top of it.
Sure.
Maybe if you don't have the ability for users to install their own software, again, you might be able to keep that locked down. But the reality is in most organisations, that's going to sprawl and become unmanageable very quickly. So you kind of find organisations either don't have that software, but kind of know that they have a problem, and it's probably on a roadmap to fix. It's generally prioritisation. The second set of customers is those who have invested in the tooling, but actually are ticking the box. So yes, they are doing software asset management, but are they getting the value? Are they getting the point? Are they hitting the nebulous or the outcome that's kind of implied by that control area?
That makes sense.
And those are the customers that I think are probably more common these days. And that's where I think when we talk to a lot of customers, it's like, hey, I'm doing software asset management, but I'm not doing anything with the data. I'm not investigating it. I'm not looking at it for out-of-date software. I'm not using it to manage unwanted software. I'm not using it to help me consolidate my licenses. And that's where it becomes less about technology and more about that people and process part than it does become about having the tool.
Okay, and just quickly, do you think with the movement of workloads to the cloud, the reduction in on-premise subscription services, do you think that's going to impact it?
That's a hard one. I would say the main thing that comes with the cloud element is that the licensing models become probably simpler, I would say, especially when it becomes much more SaaS-based subscription and user licenses. But I think that also offers the opportunity for organisations. If we think about old-style licensing models, perpetual-based, you came along, you paid Microsoft, Adobe, whoever, 3 years, you paid the license and they went away and came back in 3 years. Whereas now with things like CSP or adjustable license models, you can do that on a monthly basis. So you are leaving money on the table anytime you are more than one license over licensed. And actually, if you can change that on a month-by-month basis, actually, if you go and add 10 users on because you think you're going to need 10 users in the next year, but actually they don't join till month 9, you've wasted 9 months of license subscription because you've not been actively managing that using a software asset management tool.
That makes a lot of sense. And with regards to what customers can do, how can they address the problem?
So the first bit I think is obvious to most people. Get a tool that's going to help you automate and deliver the gathering of that data. But the trick is don't stop there, because that's really only one half of the answer. The other half is make sure you're investing equally in the people and process, and whether that's an internal resource, and having somebody dedicated who's trained and adequately skilled to operate that tool for you and that it's their focus. Or alternatively, use a service provider like Softcat, where we're going to take that burden off for you for the customer, and actually we're then designed to deliver that outcome for you. We become accountable for that license management and that security management for you as well.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Great, thank you. Thanks for listening to Cyber Bytes. Hope you have a great day.